My girlfriend and her former crush are still close friends. She claims that she is only faking it. Should I be alarmed? I have been with my fiancé for 3 years. Her friends, Tanya and Alan, are currently dating and are going to get married at the end of this year. My fiancé, Tanya, and Alan were college friends. They belonged to the same friend group for 4 years. They took up the same major and did their thesis together, so they have been pretty close. The thing is, my fiancé confessed to me that she used to have a crush on Alan. She recalled how Alan sat next to her on the first day of their computer science class. From that moment on, she wanted to be his girlfriend, but Alan was way more interested in her friend, Tanya. Tanya knew about my fiancé's crush on Alan. She dated him despite knowing this. Of course, back then, my fiancé was hurt, but she eventually forgave Tanya and Alan. She also said that she got over her crush. She realized Alan and she wouldn't be good together because they had way too many differences. They've remained friends, although they are not that close. After college, my fiancé lost touch with most of her college friends. She is only friends with girls she went to high school with. I don't hear her mentioning Tanya and Alan's names that much. She told me she had a crush on Alan, but she got over it within 6 months because Alan once made a sexist joke in front of her. That has taken off her rose-tinted glasses. The only reason she is still friends with Tanya is because she holds no grudge against her. In fact, I remember her telling me that she was only cordial with them until now because they did their thesis together and worked on 2 different papers while they were students. I saw no animosity between her and Tanya. I have never had any suspicion that my fiancé is doing something with Alan, but I still feel uncomfortable knowing my fiancé is still friends with someone she used to have a massive crush on. I cannot help feeling like a jerk because there are times when I think that she shouldn't meet Alan and Tanya. This week, my fiancé provided me with more information, but it makes me wonder whether this is normal or if she's just a cunning liar. I talked to my fiancé about my insecurities. She laughed and said I had nothing to worry about. I was relieved. She continued by backbiting her friend, Tanya, claiming that the only reason she was friends with both Tanya and Alan was so that she could increase her chances of having a research paper published. Apparently, Alan is a really good coder. His skills in coding can be really helpful for anyone doing a group project with him. Tanya was good with research and front-end development. My fiancé was also very good on her own. They were sort of pros at what they did. She knew that her thesis would benefit from her friendship with Tanya and Alan because they could submit their research papers to an international conference. Having a few research papers to her name would definitely be a big deal, so my fiancé set aside her ego and pretended to be friends with Alan and Tanya so that they could form a thesis group. And she was right. Their paper was published at 2 separate conferences. Not only that, they did almost every project together, so she got full marks on her projects, which boosted her GPA. She confessed that she never considered Tanya and Alan her best friends. In reality, she hates Tanya because, at one point, she tried to sabotage her grade. She has no proof that Tanya did it, but she is 100% sure it was her. She also said Tanya was a snake and Alan was a misogynistic womanizer. If it weren't for the academic boost, she would never be friends with them. She only talks to them out of formality. I'm starting to wonder if that makes her a manipulative liar. Because when she is with Tanya and Alan, she pretends that they are best friends and that they love each other. There is no animosity. But when she is alone, she rolls her eyes each time Tanya comes up. I feel like her actions are contradictory. When I addressed this, she told me I wouldn't understand. In the real world, would you have to pretend to like people if you wanted to get ahead? It appears as though I don't know her.